Hello, Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my June hot takes on upcoming tarot and oracle deck releases. I'm really stoked to get into all the decks that are coming out in June or crowdfunding in June. So before I get into it, just a quick heads up. This is a video that I like to make once a month where I share with you my first impressions, as in I have done very little preparation in advance of this video to share with you my thoughts, opinions, whatever on upcoming oracle and tarot decks that are coming out. So typically I'll be looking at things that are still in pre-order but due to ship sometime in the next month or so, and Kickstarters or Indiegogos or indie decks that are currently funding or pre-ordering right now. So that's sort of the criteria. I get all of the suggestions for what I'm going to cover from you all. So if you're not already, please do hit the subscribe button and keep an eye out once a month for my community tab post where I will ask you what you want to hear my thoughts on. So it's really fun. I get to talk about the things y'all are most interested in hearing about. So without further ado, because there's a lot of decks to go through, let's get into it. So let's start off with mass market decks. And the first one we're going to be talking about today is the Mantra Oracle. So let's take a look at some pictures because this art style, I don't know, this is kind of moody. I might like it. Maybe they're not all moody, but it's got this sort of muted tone. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Oh, so it looks like what this is each card is literally representative of a mantra. And there's a translation. So there's the mantra, it looks like in the original language. I'm not 100% sure if this is Sanskrit or something else. But then to the right, you have, so out of that, you have a translation. And then to the right, you have basically an oracle card message, as well as a practice, some suggested musical, a suggested musical version of that mantra. Okay, this is kind of cool, actually. Hold on. Hold on. So what is this? Is this the guidebook? The Mantra Oracle. Okay, let's take a look at some more images. This is really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this before. Certainly, I don't remember ever. I've seen decks of mantras, like the kind of thing like you might have a deck of, this is a terrible comparison, but you might have a deck of yoga poses. I've seen decks where there's like a selection of mantras that you can work with, or of or mudras, like hand positions. But I don't know that I've ever seen something really with this more divinatory sort of feeling to it. Ooh, I want to know. Ooh, I'm really curious about this, actually. So let's see what it has to say. Mantras are sacred sounds originally conceived to aid in meditation, which has taken on significance in a more general sense as a way to manifest your desire or strengthen your intentions. This beautiful deck, illustrated in full color by the author's husband, painter Bastian Coulon, is an elegant way to incorporate the concept of mantras, mudras, and their role in meditation into your daily practice. The Mantra Oracle works both as a tool for concentration and as a daily affirmation deck that can provide guidance and clarity. An informative guidebook also lists the properties and meanings of each card and how to use the deck for a variety of purposes. So that's pretty awesome. Who is publishing this? Sterling Ethos. Okay. That's all the information that we have right now. Yeah, a beautifully illustrated oracle deck inspired by meditation with 54 mantra cards to bring guidance and affirmation. This is really interesting to me. I've only ever worked with a couple of really significant mantras for myself in my own practice, but this is really unique and I'm excited to see it. This is not the kind of thing I feel like we would have seen in the oracle space even just like a couple of years ago. So that's pretty exciting. I'm about it. It's currently due to ship June 20th. So like the day you're seeing this hot takes video, this should be coming out, at least in the US and Canada. I don't know about the UK. And it looks like right now it's on sale for $23.13 US. The Witch of the Forest's Tarot Magic deck is the next deck we have on the list. So this is coming out. This is $36. Ignore the shipping and import fees to Canada. That's just something special if you live up here. I'm also looking at Amazon US just to keep it, consistent for the most people. This has kind of a blocky art style, it looks like. That's very interesting. This reminds me of something. What does this remind me of? I feel like I've seen something very similar in style to this. Oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I'm kind of digging, though, that we have these planetary symbols up here. Although, yeah, we've got Aquarius. Why am I blanking on what that is? I feel like that's Mercury. No, salt. I feel like it's like an alchemicals. I don't think that's a planet. I think that's an... Somebody help me out here. Somebody help me out here. Let's look at some other cards. These ones look like they have the typical, sun and wait, Sun and Leo. Okay, wait. The astrological references here, I think. So we have the Sun for the Sun, obviously, and then Leo because the Leo is ruled by the Sun. I'm assuming that's how that works. Let's look at a different one. Yeah, Moon in Cancer for... Okay, so no, not Moon in Cancer. Moon, which is also the ruler for Cancer for the Chariot card. Do we have any minor arcana cards pictured here? I feel like we can see one kind of up here in the corner. And I'm like wanting to like nudge. Do you ever do that? You're looking at something and you're like, can I just nudge the image up? But I don't think we can. We can kind of see the corner of a king and a corner of a minor arcana card. It looks like they might be kind of pippish, but it's real hard to tell. I like the black backgrounds on this. I believe there's also a book. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, I thought I'd seen something about this having like a coordinating book that goes with it called Tarot Magic. And I think that's it here on the right. I want more cards though. What about the look inside? Is that going to help us out at all? I feel like this is going to be a pip deck. Does anybody know? I need more information because I'm kind of attracted to this art style. I do think this is a little minimal, and I'm trying to think if this would compete with decks I have like the Fortuna Tarot, which are minimal but blingy, and probably it would compete, but I don't know. This is kind of cool. Let me know if you're planning on picking that one up. Okay, I have so many feelings about the Healing Waters Oracle. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I was having kind of a little tantrum, my own little personal foot stomping moment, because Hay House has come out with a subscription box, which you get quarterly that has a handful of decks in it, Hay House decks, and I was really excited about it. And I was like getting ready to sign up because I thought that'd be cool, and then I could share the decks with you all. And then I saw the fine print that it's in the US only, so I was a little bitter. And the very first box that's coming out featured this deck by Rebecca Campbell and Katie Lewis. I may have talked about this on the channel before. I literally cannot remember. It's called the Healing Waters Oracle. And I was mad that I couldn't get, like I was, again, tantrum, totally childish, I understand. But I was a little bit pouty that I couldn't get the Hay House subscription box. So I pre-ordered this. And I've since canceled my pre-order. And I want to tell you why. Why I both pre-ordered it and then also why I canceled. So initially I pre-ordered it because this looks like it might be a slightly more grounded version of the Ocean Dream Oracle that some of you know I've been really struggling to connect with, and I haven't been able to make it work. That's the one by Danielle Noel. This Rebecca Campbell one looks like the same kind of thing, but I liked that it had title and keywords on the cards. So I felt like that might make it more usable, but it's still a really pretty art style. I can't help but have feelings like, I know that Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Noel worked together on at least one or two decks, I believe. And now Rebecca Campbell's working with a different artist, which is fine. But then I'm feeling like this deck is a direct, like, competing deck against Ocean Dreams. And so I wanted to sort of compare them. But then I was like, am I going to actually use this? I don't know. I felt like I looked into this and I was like, maybe this will be more grounded, like less of that star seedy vibe. And then I'm like, but that's kind of Rebecca Campbell's thing too. So I feel like this is going to feel like a similar deck. And since I struggle with Ocean Dreams, I think I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot if I pick this one up. But every time there's a new water deck, I'm so tempted. So yes, I had pre-ordered it because I was pouting, and then I looked at it some more. And I looked at it some more and I'm like, I don't think I'm going to use it. So I canceled my pre-order. So we'll see. I mean, I feel like I could waffle really easily on this one, but that's where I'm sitting with it right this minute. Now, with that said, a couple things about it. It's due to ship on June 27th. It's currently sitting at $22.49 US at the time I'm filming this. And it talks about diving deep into the healing waters, finding support, connection, and guidance with a 44 card oracle. Can we get 50 plus, please? Publishers, hi. Could I get 50 plus in my oracle decks, please? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, moving on now. The Tarot of a Moon Garden, I can't talk. Tarot of a Moon Garden borderless deck and book set. Now, I will admit, I've had the Tarot of a Moon Garden at least twice. No, maybe only the once. I had it for a really long time. I might have actually had it twice. Let it go, got it back again. This is one of those decks for me that's like a quintessential sort of like remnant from me reading tarot in like the 90s. But this is one of those decks that is, to me, it's very like nostalgic, but also the thing I couldn't stand about it was how obtrusive the borders are. And I'm really excited to see that US Games is publishing a borderless version. But the thing is, I'm not sure if I should actually pick this up. Like, I don't know if I think I kind of just want it to want it. But then I'm looking at the shape of the cards and I'm like, I think what I'm guessing that US Games literally just cropped the art in, cropped the borders off, because you can see down at the bottom, and I don't know why this bugs me, but like the original borders, you can see how they originally continued. Let me see if I can zoom in. You can see how they originally continued like off to each side here. And it's just been chopped off, which, I mean, I feel like Dawn Michelle did that to her deck, or Julie Peekaboo Rose did that to her deck. People have done this to their decks just with like a guillotine. So I feel like if you have this deck already, you could probably trim it and get a similar experience. I don't know if this is bigger than what the original deck would be like if it was trimmed, but the shape of it looks like it's just been cropped in, and which, I mean, I feel like I still kind of want it. I don't know what that says about me, but I feel like I still kind of want it. There's no unicorns in any of these preview images, but there's a lot of unicorns in this deck. I feel like you're kind of robbed of that experience when you look at this preview. I kind of just wish that the little area up here was trimmed off. I feel like that's just me being really picky. I don't know. I haven't decided how I feel about this. There's a very good chance I'm going to pick it up because I'm curious. And this is one of those that I always wonder if I should have let my original version go or not. So there's that. It's currently $31.95 US. I'm not sure why so much. I'm curious if they've done something different with the cardstock. I feel like that's kind of high for this deck. But yeah, I feel like that's kind of high for this deck. Does that seem high for this deck? I would love to hear from you. I know that prices have been going up in general for printing, but I'm curious what your thoughts are on the price. Anyways, it's due to release on June 30th, $31.95. The Dream Ritual Oracle cards. Let's take a look. This is a Wybeck. Wait, who's this publisher? Hold please. Who's the publisher? Welbeck Balance. I feel like I don't know that name. And I'm looking at this. Commit. This is an oracle. Yeah, Dream Ritual Oracle. Commit, receive. This artwork is really sweet. I like the color palette. It feels like a nighttime card pull kind of deck. Like the kind of thing you could put by your bed and maybe do readings with. But on the other hand, I'm not sure if these keywords actually feel like nighttime. Like record. What am I recording? What am I writing down? Commit. These feel like more action-oriented keywords on these sample cards. So I don't know. What's the point? Let's see. This unique, first-of-its-kind Oracle deck offers 48, getting closer, proven dream work rituals powered by the potent energy of the moon to unlock your nocturnal intuition. So, yeah, let your dreams offer a gateway. Let your dreams be your guide. I don't know if the point of this is to interpret your dreams. Prepare. There's like an egg-shaped. I mean, the art's kind of cool. I'm not sure I 100% get the theme of this because I don't feel like the images seem to speak directly to dream symbols, but I think the art's really pretty. You know what I think? If you don't jive with the keywords on this one, I feel like this could be a really pretty one for like chopping off the keywords and then rounding the corners and just adding your own. That might be a thing. Is that like sacrilege? I'm sorry that I suggested that. I just don't know the deck very well, and I'm just really drawn to the artwork, but I'm not sure about the keywords. That's my hot take. So $24.95 currently, and due to come out July 4th. Next up, we have Tarot of the Fairy Folk. This is due to come out on July 8th, and this is by Giacinto Gaudenzi. I think that might be the artist. I'm not sure. Let's take a look. Oh, this is not what I expected. It's got a more like classic art kind of feeling, but with fairies? What does it say? Peer into the fairy realm with this enchanting Rider-Waite-Smith style deck. Explore the Explore the mischievous magic of these tiny beings and learn from their mysterious ways. With 78 fantastical scenes, each card's rich symbolism can help you apply fairy insights to your own life so you can make your desires a reality. Well, that sounds very sweet. Oh, look at it. Yeah, it does kind of have this almost like fairy tale-esque style look to it. It's a little bit sort of serious for a fairy deck, which is nice to see. I feel like when you hear about fairy or fairy-inspired decks, they tend to go very sweet and brightly colored, and this is a nice looking set. I like the look of it. I don't think it's one that I'd work with because I kind of like the like bubbly, effervescent, brightly colored stuff, but I'm really glad that this exists. I feel like this is going to slot right in for some people. It looks like it might have some gnomish kind of characters and some fairy folk and all kinds of creatures, so that's exciting. This one's $24.95, currently due to release on July 8th. This is timely. We have the Yuletide Tarot. So it's coming out in July, and you might be like, why is a Yule deck coming out in July? But let me tell you, as somebody who pre-ordered a Yule deck that came out just after Yule, you want this to be early. If you want to work with it at like the Yuletide time, then having it early means that you will have it in hand come the holidays, which is always really nice. I will say, if you're in the southern hemisphere, this will just have missed the winter solstice, but I don't know if Yule, winter solstice, are they the same time in the southern hemisphere? Southern hemisphere folks, chime in. Does this comes a little late for you, doesn't it? So it's late for southern hemisphere, but early for northern hemisphere. This art style looks really cozy and wintry and almost traditional, but maybe without as many of those heavier Abrahamic themes, which is kind of exciting. So this one says, hope, warmth, and tarot cheer for the most wonderful time of year. Oh, that's so cute. Not gonna lie, I kind of low-key maybe want this. I do have an independent deck for the holidays. Oh, look at this art. It is a little tempting. It is a little tempting. I really do like having seasonal decks that are like specifically and intentionally and purposefully for specific seasons. So it is exciting to me. I kind of low-key want it. Not in a hurry though. It is coming out July 8th and currently the price is set at $32.99. The Egyptian Art Nouveau Tarot. This looks real pretty. Is this a Lo Scarabeo? I think it might be. Well, it says Llewellyn, but this looks like Lo Scarabeo. And yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's a Lo Scarabeo box. So they seem to have a fair amount of Egyptian-y themed things, which is kind of nice. So let's take a look at the art. Look at the backs. Oh, those are cool looking. So this looks like it's going to be a Rider-Waite-Smith clone with some really Egyptian-styled borders and scenes, which is pretty exciting. Yeah, look at this. This is the Ace of Wands, but it's this, I should know the name of that, and I can't remember at the moment. And then here's the Four of Swords, and this has these things, which I also don't know the name of. I want to call them scythes, but they might be called something else. Anyways, this is really cool if you're into Egyptian stuff, and this is due out July 8th, and it is $24.95 US currently. And that brings us to decks that are currently crowdfunding, and we're kicking that off with the Arcanum Vitae deck on Kickstarter. This is by Studio Artemy. I am really excited about this, and it is very well funded right now with 627 backers. Now, at the time I'm filming this, it says there's 5 days to go. Don't believe that screen, because I'm filming this like almost 5 days before you see this. So, well, maybe 3 days before you see this. So currently the campaign is funding until Thursday, June 22nd at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Well, 8:12 a.m. Pacific time. Okay, so let me just grab mine and I'll show you. So here's the thing with the Fortuna Tarot. I have this edition, and I've shown several editions of the Fortuna on the channel. This one is the Amethyst Aura edition. So if you are familiar with this deck, you're familiar with how gorgeous Studio Artemy's decks are. Look at this hollow foiling. Is this not the most breathtaking thing you've ever seen? Hello? It's so pretty. So I'm showing you this so that you understand how beautiful decks by this creator tend to be. Okay, now with that said, we can get back into the campaign and I can talk about it some more. Obviously, I have feelings. The thing about Studio Artemy decks is that they're beautiful, yes, high quality, yes, but also the creator of these decks puts a lot of astrological information into their products. I'm a fan. Okay, let's just put it that way. I'm a big fan. Now, this newest deck, the Arcanum Vitae, is a hybrid between a Lenormand, a playing card deck. Let me just show you. I'm really bad at describing. So it's like Lenormand playing card and I think regular Oracle. I'm trying to remember how this goes. Yes, okay. So it combines Tarot's major arcana and then playing cards. So all 52 playing cards. And from among the 52 playing cards, there are also Lenormand cards. So it sort of combines all these different divinatory systems, but can we just for a moment appreciate the fact that these are absolutely beautiful? So she did these in the same style as the Opal Aura special edition of the Fortuna Tarot, and they look so beautiful. So the same sort of rainbow foiling, gorgeous. Look at the bling though. I can't with her stuff. It's so pretty and it's so shiny, and I realize that makes me sound super shallow and like a magpie, which I admit I kind of am, but can we just appreciate the artwork? This is not just symbols on cards or sigils on cards. They're all meaningful. Like, look at the life purpose card here and how it's like an arrow that's getting ready to be shot into the universe. How intentional and gorgeous is that? Or the repressed desires with this spider web, or the pathways with the labyrinth, the reincarnation with this beautiful sort of like almost world card vibe with this like seedling in the center, the life lessons, which is clearly inspired by the Hierophant, and the gatekeeper, which is clearly inspired by the Emperor. It's very, very cool. Okay. It's very, very cool. So those ones are like the major arcana inspired ones. And then when you get into the like the Lenormand and Cartomantic ones, they look like this. And they're so beautiful. And I can't even. That's basically what I have to say. So we have clouds and letter and sun. And I feel like Locke is outside of the typical Lenormand. But you can see there's astral travel card here. I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited about this. So I will very likely be reviewing this at some point. So keep an eye out once it's out. But if you are a fan of the Fortuna Tarot stuff, you're probably going to really love this. But that's not all. But oh, can I just say for a second too how much I love the significator cards in this deck, which are Animus and Anima, and how they're like basically two halves of a yin yang, and how I love that so, so much because I love that symbol and it's really meaningful to Peggy and I just have feelings. But anyways, that's not even the most exciting part, although there's a lot to look at in this campaign. And I highly encourage you, if you're interested in this, to read the campaign because it's packed full of information. But, and you can of course add on her other previous decks. It's a whole thing. You know, I did a giveaway of my Fortuna Opal Aura, and now that I see how well it matches this one, I'm like, ugh, but I'm so bonded to my Amethyst edition of the deck. Amethyst Aura? Yeah, Opal Omen was what the other one was called. I'm really bonded to my Amethyst, which is why I let go of the Opal and gave it away. But oh my gosh, I've held all of these in my hands. They're all so beautiful. And the Astro Soul is an incredible oracle. Anyways, you can add all that stuff on. I feel like I'm definitely feeling like I'm gushing, and I'm going to try to stop. But anyways, the exciting part to me is that because of stretch goals reached on this campaign, I'm trying to get to it because there's so much on this campaign page. There was a stretch goal reached. Wow, that's really cool. Okay, stop shopping, Lisa. Okay, stop. Okay. Where is the stretch goals? Here it is. I found it. Okay. The Fortuna deck, the Obsidian Occult version. When I tell you, this is just, oh, I literally just got goosebumps down one of my legs that went down to my ankles when I looked at this deck. I don't know why only one leg, but that's what happened. And on my arms. Look, I'm not even lying. Look. Can you see them? My hair is literally standing on end. This is so pretty. It's black with pinky, purpley, shifty foiling on it. I'm in love. So anyways, that is now being made possible because of the stretch goals on this campaign. So just take that in for a moment because it's really pretty. Clearly I love this. So anyways, that was unlocked. I think it's an add-on or something. And just go look at this if you're interested. I mean, obviously if this is not your style, don't feel like you're going to like miss out if you don't back in on the campaign. Maria does make her decks available on her website, so you should be able to get these later. There's probably some kind of like a slightly reduced price for getting it on the Kickstarter, but like don't panic if this is not the right time or if you're not sure. You don't need to make a rush decision. I'm just saying I happen to think these are really, really cool. So moving along, because I cannot shut up about this. So I was tagged in this, the Shankara Oracle system. This is so extra, and the part of me that is like, give me all the pretty fun things is all about this. It looks like it's a Oracle thing with stones and dice, and there's a board, and there's like 4 Oracle. This is a lot. There's like 4 Oracle decks. This is a lot. But the part of me that's like extra, all the things is kind of excited about it. This also, you have until Thursday at 7 p.m. to back it. So a little longer than the previous one we were talking about. And it's fully funded, as was the Fortuna. This is really interesting. I just don't know if it would be overwhelming for me. It says it's the most advanced oracle on Earth. That's a very bold claim. But it says it merges tarot, oracle, astrology, numerology, and sacred stones that are like runes, it says, and ancient spiritual technologies in an unprecedented way. So when I saw this, I was like, this looks really fun, but I find it very overwhelming. And I think it's just the idea of like learning these new stones. There's not very many of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 6, 12, 16. Can she math? I think she mathed. There's 16 of the stones. Then you have Shakti's cube, which has things like harvest, flux, flow. I saw in a previous image, soon. Then you have the Book of Meanings, a setup and play booklet. So I don't know if you can play this like a game and play. Yeah, it looks like you can. So you kind of play it like a game, but it's also an oracle. This is really cool and very innovative. Again, I feel like I'm just concerned I would be overwhelmed if I got this in, because that was kind of my experience with the Publishing Goblins dice, the oracle dice. I was a little overwhelmed. I felt like it was too much to learn all at once. It just, I don't know, there was something about it. But I'm liking, so yeah, this says basically solo or with friends, you cast the stones, you check to see where the arrows point, then you read the guidance according to where it points, you pull cards, you roll the die, and you can also use the decks that come with it, or you can also put your own decks on. I mean, this is really kind of cool. I might need your, do you think I should get this? I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of sucked in by the colors. I'm such a sucker for, it's a lot of pink and purple though. Okay, pink and blue and purple. It's a lot of my favorite colors. It's really interesting. It's really interesting. I don't know. I kind of dig it, but also like I'm concerned that it would be too much. This is the back of the board. Clear your mind and focus on your goal. Oh, interesting. They've got a mandala there for like focusing and grounding, it looks like, and meditating before you begin. I feel like that would also be a really cool crystal grid layout thing. Man, I don't know. This looks really cool. I keep looking at it like this is not, I don't need this, but oh, they had to put in a gif of like tossing the stones. It's not fair. I think that's mean. I think that's mean marketing. I do love casting things. Ugh. Wow, that's seductive, isn't it? Okay, well, look at this. Wow, they know what they're doing. They're really pulling us in with the shuffling and the dropping of the stones and all the colors. Wow. Okay, well, what do the actual cards look like? These look like they're pretty basic cardstock. Might be a sparkly gilding. That kind of looks like it could be sparkly. There's a Master Alchemy and Release deck. I do kind of dig that you could like put your own decks and use that too. Let me know if you've backed this and if you think I need to back this. I don't. Maybe I'll just click the remind me button because I'm worried it'd be overwhelming, but then also it's really kind of cool. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Let me know what you're going to do. Maybe that'll help me. Yikes. Next, we have the Spirits of the Woodland Tarot deck. Forest creatures. There's a fox on the moon card, and it's real cute. That's what I've got to say right now. Let's just take a look. I feel like this is going to scratch the itch for so many people, although this bunny with the glowing eyes and the antlers, is that a jackalope? Are we looking at a jackalope right now? Why is that the Justice card? I need to know. I'm so curious. Oh my god, look at the little... Okay, I was going to say porcupine, but that's clearly a hedgehog, y'all. Pulling the card, that's really cute, though, with the little moths. Aww. Look at this. Oh, look at the swans for the lovers. Original mixed media ink with watercolor and pen painting. Oh, I love that they're showing their art process. The art on this is really beautiful. Temperance, strength, death. Oh, man. 350 GSM silk laminated. That's going to feel lovely. 2-part box. Is this a full deck? Is this a full deck? It's not just majors, is it? No, it said 78. It said 78. Here's some examples from the minors. Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a unicorn. Dang it. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. I'm just going to click the little remind me button. I don't have to make any decisions right this minute. There's some fun stretch goals. Okay, so you should know, let's get away from talking about me for a moment and just see. You should know that it's fully funded and that you have until Friday, June 23rd at 1 p.m., 1:20 p.m. Pacific time to back this. The Metanoia Marseille Tarot, a whimsical and enchanting illustrated tarot deck that follows the traditional Marseille, weaving together a magical journey. So this is a Marseille-style tarot deck by Carrie, the creator of the Meraki Tarot and the Radiant Crystal Oracle. It says that metanoia, the journey of changing one's way of life, mind, heart, self, and spiritual enlightenment, a new way of thinking. So that's really lovely. This has got some really beautiful tones to it. Some sort of more pastel colors, I feel like. It's very calming to look at. It's very calming to look at. Oh, there's a mini. We love a mini, don't we? We do. We love a mini. Oh, very exciting. And a guidebook and all of the things. Here's some glimpses of the art. I'm not really in the market for another Marseille. I'm pretty enamored with the ones that I have. And I have a sort of traditional one, a quite traditional one actually. I have the Tarot Sirene, and then I have the new, well, new to me, little adorable squid cake Marseille, which I am head over heels for. So I'm really not in the market for another Marseille at the moment, but this is a fun one. I think this is a fun one. Important details, fully funded, it looks like, just by, like recently it looks like. And this is funding. You have until Wednesday, June 28th if you want to back it on Kickstarter. Otherwise, you'll need to keep an eye out for any future decks to pre-order through the creator's website. The Cacapo Park Tarot, a 78+1 universal card RW Tarot deck, your path to natural wisdom and Cacapo conservation. This is not yet at its funding goal. It looks like it's an RWS clone, but y'all, look at these creatures. Are they not the cutest? This is so kawaii, I can't even. This looks really adorable. It is, so I'm glad that they addressed this. They say, so what's a Cacapo? I'm probably not saying this right. It says, glad you asked. The Cacapo is a unique endangered parrot that hails from the stunning landscape of New Zealand. Despite its ability to fly being lost to evolution, the Cacapo makes up for it with their stellar climbing skills and charming personality that's sure to win your heart. With their friendly and curious nature, they're much like our own best friends. Oh my god, look at their faces! Oh, can we watch this? It's probably gonna be really loud. Let's just see. I'll mute it. Let's just see if we can see some of these creatures. I don't want to hear the dude talk. I want to see the creatures. Show me the birdies. They're so fluffy! They're so fluffy. Are they? I want to see them in color. Look at them. Look at them. Aww. There's a bunch of facts about them, which is super cool. And it talks about their conservation efforts. And this is pretty awesome. This is pretty awesome. Look at these colors, though. Is this not so cute? They have a very owl-like look to them, but they aren't owls. They're Cacapos. Somebody's going to just be so upset with me for how I'm pronouncing that. I'm very sorry. Please do feel free to tell us how to pronounce that down below. Let's see what it says. Do the funds from this help support conservation of the Cacapos? Yes! By backing this project, you're not only receiving a unique, beautifully designed tarot deck, but also contributing to the Cacapos conservation. A portion of our profits will go directly to organizations dedicated to protecting and preserving this fascinating species. They don't say how much of the proceeds, so I don't know what that really means. It just says a portion, but that's still pretty cool. And so yeah, that's that one. That's really cute. It's not quite funded yet. You've got 13 days. Well, I've got 13 days. At the time you're filming this, you have less. You have until Friday, June 30th at 11 a.m. Pacific to back the Tarot of Cacapo Park. La Flora Oracle, the Oracle of Questions. Once you discover the right question, you already know the answer. I think that's very cleverly worded. I love that. I'm a big fan of like the wisdom and the magic is already inside of you. I love that. I think that's awesome. So it says it's a tool for understanding who you are and what you want. The art style is completely monochromatic. So I'm out, y'all. I need my colors. This is flowers and stuff. I want to see colors. But there is going to be, I'm sure, this is really cool how the images connect. Ooh, interesting. Look at these keywords. These images are kind of dark, but unrequited, valor, melancholy, and silence. Those are some really good keywords. Unlock the power of self-discovery. This is really lovely. If this were color, I might be a little tempted. As it is, not as much, but I think this is pretty neat. Look at this, I love how they are like snippets from botanical images. That's really kind of neat. I like how you can see how which ones sort of connect together. That's cool. How many cards? This is what we really want to know. Please tell us how many cards. It seems very dark, and I think it's just because of the like photography, and it looks like it might be on a linen finish cardstock. Let's see. Does it say? Yes, here we go. I just searched up linen because I was pretty sure. So yeah, it is a deck of 56 cards. So that's a good amount for an oracle. Thank you. And it is printed on high quality, heavy stock linen finish playing card medium. The cardstock, dubbed Robusto, is made of an embossed matrix which creates micro air pockets for effortless shuffling. Yes, a 4-leaf clover logo. Oh, there's a box. Wait, oh, that's the bespoke wooden box, but it says there's also going to be a tuck box. Is there a picture of the tuck box? I don't know. I feel like I would have to do more scrolling. I don't know a lot about this creator. Let's just scroll up to the top. So this is not quite funded yet. They've got a little bit more to go, but you have until Friday, June 30th at 6:59 p.m. Pacific to back this one. It's a really cool aesthetic. This reminds me of the same tones of like decks like the Super Oracle by Usi. It looks really pretty. It's totally not my aesthetic, so it's not really a temptation for me, but it's pretty. Y'all, you know I had to talk about the Feel Your Chakras Oracle. I'm so proud of Andy. That probably sounds really silly, but I'm very excited for Andy that she's bringing this to Kickstarter. I think this deck deserves a lot of attention, a lot of love. It's very well thought out. As you probably all know, because I've talked about it so much, it's very hard for me to find a chakra deck that I like. And I have not one, not two, but 3 versions of this deck. Now, these both ended up with me. So this first one, this is the first Feel Your Chakras Oracle I ended up with. These are different editions. So these were, I think, Andy's different experiments with this deck. But this first one came out with different backs like this on it. And there wasn't really more than, there was only 3 for the Crown Chakra cards. And this deck was one that she just printed herself from like a card printing company. And she gifted this one to me at the get together that Peggy and I and Dawn hosted at Northwest Tarot Symposium last year. And Krista of Crochet Witch Tarot made this sweet little bag for it. And this is like one of my treasured possessions. I used the heck out of this version of the Feel Your Chakras. And then not that long ago, Andy came out with a sweet and like adorable little sticker edition, which I've talked about on the channel. This is like a mini. It's so cute. So if you haven't seen it, the cards are like little name tags, you know, the ones that say my name is whatever. And this is the sticker edition, so it's little bitty. Now, I use this deck a lot. I use it for my client readings when I do chakra readings for clients. Now, what Andy's done, she sent me a copy of the Kickstarter deck for just as a gift. No expectation. She didn't ask me to review it or anything, but I wanted to be able to show it to you. So it looks like, the box looks like this. And when you open it up, you have all the rainbow colors along the sides here. And I think this is really smart how she's done this. So now you have, I'm not going to take it out of the plastics. I'm going to be showing it in a recent deck roundup. But now you have solid color backs for each of the chakras. You can easily separate out your cards into different piles if you want, or you can shuffle them together. And they've been, oh, hold on. I don't want to mess this up. But they are this, hold on. But they're the same format, right? They've got, I don't know why I'm showing you this version, but this is what it looks like. It's like a nice version on a really smooth cardstock in a 2-piece box. So it's an actual like, it's just a really nice little set. But it's the exact same format as the original, where every chakra card you get, you have, I want to show you one so you can see kind of how this deck works, how it functions. But you get a card like this. And on this, you'll see that there is, it'll tell you what chakra in English, what chakra in Sanskrit. So this is third eye or ajna. Then underneath that, you'll see whether the chakra is underactive, overactive, or balanced. And you'll have a message. So it'll say, for all the third eye cards, it'll say, I see, but reality is not clear. Or I see and, or I see with, or whatever. But she'll use the phrase, I see, to form a statement. And it makes the chakras really accessible, I think, this system. And I just think it's very well thought out. I love it. It's very much how I work with chakras. I can't recommend it enough. But let's go back and look at the campaign some more. So currently it's about a third of the way to funding. So it needs more funding and attention for sure. I think this campaign just launched at the time I'm recording this. So you have until Thursday, July 6th at midnight Pacific time. So this shows you the anatomy of the card like I was just showing you here. So you have the name of the chakra, the chakra name in Sanskrit, whether it's balanced or not, and the feeling that you're experiencing or that it's indicating. There's the backings. Then you can preview all the cards here. Very, very exciting. Oh, I see what's happening here. So we have root into sacral, into solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown. And there's some bonus blank cards for you. I like the bonus blanks because then you can lay them out if you wanted just a placeholder for each of the chakras, which is super handy. And then there are some stretch goals as well. Can we just talk for a minute? I don't know how Andy's going to work this, but there's a stretch goal on here where if this deck funds to $7,000, which I think, is it showing it to me in Canadian? Yeah, it is. So the US goal is 5,400 US. If it funds to 7,000 US, then every backer will get the candy edition, excuse me, of the Feel Your Chakras. A Candyland sticker edition. There's also a add-on boxed Feel Your Chakras Midnight Edition. And okay, so there's some really cool stretch goals on this. I love this deck. I think this is great. And this looks like it's going to be a really good addition of this deck that will be really easy to work with and get off the ground running with. If you are into chakra work, check this one out. I think it's, like I said, I think it's very well thought out. I've definitely put my copies through their paces, and this edition looks like it's going to be really, really nice. And I have my copy to play with, so I will keep you all posted. Keep an eye out on Recent Deck Roundup, my next one. So that will be in July. Where is the year going? Anyways, in July, I'll be showing it a little bit more. But anyways, check that out. So next we have the Shadow of Darkness Oracle, a 44 card deck and guidebook. This is by Syrian Shadow. This is the same creator that did the Earth... The Shadow Earth, oh gosh darn it, what's it called? This is the same creator that did the Earth and Bone Oracle deck. So now there's a new one, and it's called Shadow of Darkness. This is the same sort of aesthetic. I remember hearing that the Earth and Bone came out a little bit sort of dark feeling, and this has that same vibe. It feels kind of dark, a little bit heavy, pretty intense. That Wounded card is pretty intense. I do like that there's these big keywords and then a little phrase or something underneath. I think that's a really great way to do an Oracle deck. There's only 44. I would prefer a few more. Like a few more. And, but this aesthetic I think is definitely going to work for people. I feel like this would be really great in the autumn time or for doing some really intense stuff. But probably not for me. I was mildly tempted by Earth and Bone, but this one... I do kind of like some of the keywords. It's interesting. I feel like I've got other things that sort of do this job for me. But the information for you that you need is that it's not quite funded yet, so keep an eye on it. But you have until Friday, July 7th if you want to get in on the Kickstarter at 9 p.m. Pacific time. This is the cutest thing. It's like a semi-serious egg-based tarot deck. And it's called the Tarocchi degli Ovetti tarot deck. An egg-extravagant tarot deck, the yolkest cards in town. I mean, this is super funny. I don't even know what to say. There's, that's the hanged one is like the hanging, I don't know what a la peso means. I feel like is this Italian? But the yolk hanging before, like the egg hanging, the cracked egg hanging before it hits the pan or whatever is so great for the hanged one. It's interesting that death, I'm pretty sure La Morte is death, is a chick breaking out of its shell. Justice is 2 eggs in scales, like in little egg cups. The devil is, I don't know what's happening. Is your egg overcooking? I'm not sure what's happening there. And then I kind of like Judgment being the egg timer hitting 0, like time's up, like time to step it up. It feels pretty smart, actually. If you're going to have an egg tarot, this looks like a well done one. I don't know what to even say about an egg, 78 egg full cards. Oh my God, the King of Spades is a spatula. It's the egg spatula. And the Ace of Cups is a soft-boiled egg. Some of these other ones look pretty pippy, but, like, that's pretty fun. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I really do like eggs, but, like, I don't know. I certainly don't think I would ever read with this, but this is really great. And, I mean, come on, look at the Knight of Spatula. I mean, the Knight of Spades. Look at him. Look at him. This is pretty funny. This is pretty funny. I mean... Oh my God, the Papeza, like the High Priestess, the salt and pepper shakers for the columns. Like it or not, this is definitely a deck that follows the Rider-Waite-Smith symbolism. Like, it's pretty clever. Strength is whisking the eggs. Amazing. I don't know what to say. I was equally not as tempted by the Pasta Tarot as much as I loved the campaign for that one for the same reason. It's like, I don't know if I would use it. It's so specific, but if you like eggs, this would probably be a good one. It looks really fun. You have, how is it not funded yet though? I feel like it's so cute. I feel like there's got to be like enough people that are into eggs for this one to fund. Get on it, man. You've got until Sunday, July 9th at 1 a.m. I really hope somebody on TarotTube gets this and then does a walkthrough so that I can watch it, because I just want to watch somebody like flip through these cards and giggle about them as they do. That's what I want. Maybe Dustin will do it. We should pressure Dustin. Oh, another sweet one. We have the Enchanted Mushroom Tarot deck, an illustrated tarot deck with mushroom characters and woodland creatures. It is fully funded. It had a shockingly low goal. I'm always concerned when the goal is that low. Why is it that low? Let's just dig into it a little bit. This is really a cute art style. We have the Magician, Six of Wands. It's fully scenic. The Sun. This is, I will say, this is somebody's first ever campaign, which is always something I just kind of keep an eye out for. Oh, look at the, hold on. I just see a big old ladybug. That's the Empress. The Empress is a ladybug. Oh no. This is really cute. Oh, look at Temperance with like the mushroom with its water kind of dipping into the other smaller mushroom. Like weighing it out. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, okay. This is like mushrooms, but it's like mushrooms with like, they're like, it's like, wait, is this a mushroom? Hold on, I even forget the name of this. What is this even called? Is it literally called the Enchanted Mushroom? Am I being stupid? I probably am being stupid. Okay, Enchanted Mushroom. It's literally called the Enchanted Mushroom. I saw like forest creatures and I like forgot that the whole theme of this was mushrooms. But when you look at the scenes are like, these mushrooms have like personalities. It's not just like mushrooms in pretty scenes. It's like actual mushrooms with like, does anybody know what I'm trying to say? It's like with the tarot of trees, how the trees have like personalities and like they're personified trees. These are like personified mushrooms. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. The Three of Cups is real dang cute. I really need to see who the page is. It's really hard to see them. And they have to do them this small, y'all, so people don't steal their artwork, just so you know, with lots of watermarking because, yeah, people are jerks and steal stuff. But this is really freaking cute. I really like it. I just don't understand why the goal is so low. That concerns me a little bit. But how much is she charging for the deck? Okay, so the deck pricing she's got is actually pretty decent. So I don't know, maybe she's got some grassroots funding herself and I don't know. But the point is that this is cute and hopefully it will fund well and over so that she's got a comfortable bit of wiggle room. Does she talk about cardstock on here? She doesn't. So I don't know what kind of cardstock you're going to get. I wonder if anybody's asked that question. Let's just take a look. It looks like maybe she's been asking her backers about paper options. Talking about cards. She says she has some questions in the FAQ. Okay, so let's take a look. What kind of box? It's in a rigid box, which has a base and a lid. And the cardstock is S30. So this is going to feel thin. So heads up. It looks like she might be talking to backers about maybe upgrading the paper, maybe with enough of a backing for the deck. But I will say S30, as far as I recall, is a standard cardstock, make plain card style. And I think that's going to be 300 GSM, which is going to feel thin. That said, her goal for the campaign is very low. I think she's trying to keep it affordable and probably buying in small volume or expecting to buy in small volume. So that all of those things affect prices. But just be aware, S30 cardstock can feel pretty thin. But I don't know that it's bad cardstock. It just feels thin. And if I recall from my Ultimate Guide to Cardstock video, I believe Make Plain Cards S30 cardstock, don't quote me on this, but I think it's blue core. So it is still cord cardstock if I recall. So it's not by any means the like lowest quality paper you can get or anything like that. And it looks like if she reaches a 5,000 stretch goal, she'll upgrade the paper quality. So that's great. But I have to say, these little mushrooms are real dang cute. So I hope it funds and I hope she gets lots so that she can upgrade. That's what I hope. She's pretty close. Let's see. She needs to get to 5,000 US and she's at 3,500 US, so almost 3,600. So she's making her way and she's still got 23 days. If you want to back this, you can do it by July 10th at 12 p.m. Pacific. Several people asked me to cover the Aztec Tarot. I have not seen anything like this before. It's fully funded already. Let's take a look at it. This is, I believe, well, it's Aztec, so it's going to be, I was going to say ancient Hispanic, but I feel like that's wrong. Let me see. Well, okay, a tarot deck with a pre-Hispanic touch. That's the better way to say it, I'm assuming. So it says, besides designing cards, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, an Aztec painter and illustrator. Combining both skills gives me the ability to create a project like this. Oh, okay, so this is awesome. This creator has created a bunch of other projects on Kickstarter, so they're not new to this, which is great. And when you see over here where it says that this creator Emmanuel has backed or has created 26 projects, that tells you, you can go click on that, and then you can actually go look at all the other projects that they've created and like see how those campaign wins, read the comments, see if they've typically done a good job. That's a good way to get some reassurance about how a campaign is going to go if they have a presence already. But this looks like it's very well done. I don't know enough about the associations, like the cultural associations, to have an opinion on this specifically, but to me at first glance it looks like it follows the traditional scenes of the Rider-Waite-Smith, but in a very Aztec sort of art style. I mean, I can clearly see that that's the 7 of Pentacles and the 2 of Pentacles, but it brings this cultural flavor to it, which is really beautiful. Oh, and it's going to have my favorite kind of box. Love those magnetic boxes. And some dice you can add on. That's really cool. Oh, I remember this La Loteria. I feel like I encountered the name of this somewhere. Oh yeah, La Loteria or Mexican Bingo. You can add this through the add-on section. Oh, cool. And then there's some stickers. Anyway, check that out if that is striking your fancy. You have until July 10th at 8 a.m. Pacific to back that one. Quick mention on this because this deck has actually been out for a long time, but the creator of the Blooming Cat Tarot is doing a limited edition print and they're funding that on Kickstarter right now. And I believe I saw, yes, it will have brighter colors and it's upgraded with holographic gilt card edges, a rigid 2-piece box, and an expanded guidebook. So if you like or have been interested in the Blooming Cat Tarot, and it's very, very cute, by the way, check this out. There's a new limited edition version currently funding on Kickstarter. It's met its goal, and you have until July 13th at 11:30 a.m. to back it. I'm not about the Joker Tarot. This deck weirds me out. It's definitely not for me. Clearly it's for plenty of other people though, because it's actively funding even while I look at it, and this campaign just launched. This is a Los Scarabeo production, I believe, that is currently funding on Kickstarter. I don't know how that works. I know they've done it before for special sort of versions of their decks. So I don't know the story on whether it will be available after by Los Scarabeo or not. Maybe somebody who's backed one of their Kickstarters before can weigh in down below. But Los Scarabeo is typically known for being a mass market publisher, and mass market decks are typically more affordable than Kickstarter decks or independently produced decks. But this art is creeping me out. It's very intentional. The style of this deck is very intentional. And I have to say, the box being so like funky and like puzzly, that's like a regular box. We want to go back to, yeah, there we go. The box, yeah, the box is like a puzzle box thing, which is cool. I don't know what all the rest of this stuff is. I have to admit, I'm not that interested in spending a lot of time looking at it because this is so not for me. There it is, the big deck puzzle box. Okay, that was really cool. So there's like 3 different sizes of the deck. That's cool. And then there's a magic box version. This is a lot. This is very extra. I feel like if this is your art style, you should definitely give this a look. It's a little dark and scary to me. But it's also black and white, which y'all know is not really my forte. But I mean, yeah, the hanging, I can't with the clown. If clowns are a thing for you that is not good, this is not for you. This is not for you. And I'm normally fine with clowns, but not these clowns. I'm not good with these clowns. So anyways, you have until Saturday, July 15th at 2:59 p.m. to back this, and it's very well funded right now. The Painted Lady Tarot. Look at all the pretty colors. I like it. It's funded. Let's look at it. It's really bright. Not bright. Busy. I don't know what the right word is. There's a lot of like action happening on the cards. It reminds me a lot of the I Am the Artist Tarot in like the feel of it, but it's a little bit more primary, I feel like, in its colors. And I definitely think it would be a lot for me personally. It's got a lot going on. I have to give so many props to people that like put together projects like this and really just put their art into the tarot. I think this is such a cool thing that we have going on in this community where we see these decks come about with so many different artists' perspectives. I just cannot get enough of the fact that things like this exist. But yeah, this one is not really my style. If you're interested in this, you have until Friday, July 14th at 8:58 a.m. And it's, as I mentioned, already fully funded, so you got lots of time. I feel like 'tis the season for some of these darker decks. So let's take a look at this one. It's all landscape orientation. Again, really not for me. The black, white, and red sort of limited color palette here is very striking. It looks like a lot of blood to me. I can't see past, maybe I've just been affected by that Joker tarot. This feels like just a lot to me, but it's really striking. I think that's the best word I have for it. It's very, very striking. Cardstock 350 GSM, which is decent. There's some good stretch goals on here. I'm not sure how I feel about Landscape Tarot. I've given it some thought. I just don't know if it's just too different for me to properly enjoy. If you have, I know there's the Pastoral Tarot is a landscape-oriented one. If you have a landscape-oriented tarot deck, I'd be curious what your experience with it has been. This particular art is not really my vibe, but let me know if you're into this. You have until Tuesday, July 18th at 9:29 p.m. Pacific time to back this one. The Spring Wait Tarot. This is by the same creators that did some other RWS-based decks like clones, but in different styles. I have their Santa's Helper, their Winter Wait Santa's Helper edition deck that is my holiday-themed deck, and I love it so much. It's so fun. And now they have this one, the Spring Tarot. I could see them doing a deck for all seasons. They have one of those 70s vibe ones too. Oh, this is really pretty. Oh, look at all the rainbow colors. Okay, well, I didn't think I was going to be tempted by this. And then I'm looking at all the pinks and purples, and Strength has the butterfly wings. Because the thing is they did either the Groovy Wait or the Trippin' Wait or both of them. I can't remember. And the thing about that is that I really liked all the colors. Oh, dang, this really is actually tempting me. I really like all the colors of the Groovy and the Trippin', but like some of the cards are just like not for me. But like this has all the color. Oh, look at the 9 of Cups. Oh, dang it. I mean, but this is right up my alley, right? Like it's an RWS, but look at the colors though. Look at the colors. Oh, there's sparkles on the cards. Oh no. Well, I don't need a pouch, but it's really cool that they have matching pouches. That's awesome. I don't know. Okay, let's just see what the situation is. Can we, I'd like to. The Sparkles version of Spring Wait. Maybe this one's been out before and I missed it. I'm kind of a fan of the sparklies. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I'm such a sucker for this stuff. I'm hypnotized. It's so pretty. Okay, wait, let's just, is there anything? Okay. It's real glossy. It's real, I feel like this Rider-Waite-Smith was made for me. That's what I feel like. How much is this? It's going to be a lot. I feel like the last one that I backed from them was a lot. Shipping in September. I don't care. See, they're the ones I got the winter wait from, and then I got it like right after winter, and I was like, dang it. But I don't care, because I feel like this would be a year-round deck for me. I feel like I need this. I mean, it's 68 Canadian, 47 euros. I don't know what it is in US. It's automatically defaulting to my currency. But like, is there still an early bird? Okay. Well, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna back this real quick. So that happened. But anyway, so I made it through this hot takes mostly unscathed. That Spring Wait got me in the end, but here we are. We've made it through. These are all the decks that I have time to talk about today, and I'm already going to have a fair amount of editing to do just to get this into a reasonable amount of time. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love making these videos. My dog is whining in the back. She needs to go outside so bad, so I'm gonna go. But anyways, thanks so much for hanging out with me. As always, extra big thank you goes out to my Unicorn fam members. Your membership in the channel and support of my work means so much, and it makes such a difference. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And to everybody who is watching, commenting, subscribing, liking, engaging with my content in any way, shape, or form, your support means the world. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much, and until next time, may your magic always shine from the inside out. Bye!